What's good, YouTube, man? It's your boy Banco Boxer, man. As y'all can see, I'm finally on my car video stuff as well. But one thing I kind of want to touch on is how casual fans always like to tell black boxers what did they do to deserve a certain fight. Like, you know, it makes zero sense. Because you got to think about it, right? Besides us, any other fighter, they don't have no problem with them fighting somebody. But soon as it's Demetrius Andrade or Jermall Charlo or Gary Russell Jr. or whoever, or Terrence Crawford, y'all say, oh, what did he do to deserve the fight? And then the stupid thing about it is, a lot of times these guys are champions. I had a dude argue me down that, who was he talking about? Either Demetrius Andrade or Terrence Crawford. Dude argued me down on Facebook talking about the dude didn't deserve a fight. And I'm really trying to see how a champion don't deserve to fight somebody. How a champion don't deserve to fight the best is beyond me. You know what I'm saying? Like, what did Canelo do to deserve his fights? When he got the big fight, like, truthfully speaking, like, even when he fought Floyd, it wasn't like he just was like this big money man at the time. Dude was like an up and comer. He was young, and Floyd just exploited a young Mexican and got money off of him. Technically, he didn't deserve to fight. At that time, I think who deserved to fight? He had already fought. I want to say he beat Canelo before he fought Maidana. So Keith Thurman, Maidana, even the Timothy Bradleys of the world, all of them guys deserved to fight at that time. Even though we know with Tim Bradley and them, how that was going with Top Rank. All of them technically deserved to fight over Canelo. But then now when it comes to Canelo fighting Demetrius Andrade or Jermall Charlo, oh, what did they do to deserve a fight? You can't, I put it like this. I was thinking about this when I was thinking about, like, work. It's like, sometimes you never know how good you're going to be at a job until you get the offer. Like, with college, people go to college for about 4 years or something like that, and a job trying to steady telling you you need 3 to 4 years of experience. How I'm going to get 3 to 4 years of experience while I'm in school? You'll never know what I could do until you give me a chance. Instead of saying I need 3 to 4 years, say all you need is a degree. Come in and rock with us. We'll see what you can do. So that's with anything in life. Nobody never knows what's going to happen until you try it. So even when you got, you know, the fighters with the bigger names or something like that, they didn't get there, you know what I'm saying, and just earn it. Like, somebody decided to give them a shot, and then after that, they got all the other fights. So bottom line, if you're a champion, you shouldn't have to do nothing to earn no fight because you're a champion. It's simply put. I can't explain it no better than that. Then you got champions ducking. We know what type of styles they don't like, especially when it comes to Canelo. He don't like styles where people got defense and can move and hit and not get hit. Because yeah, he beat Danny Jacobs, but even Danny Jacobs was born and he didn't have his way with Danny Jacobs like he did, like with Triple G in that second fight. With Demetrius Andrade, I think it's about 6 foot, 6'1", tall, awkward southpaw. No, he'll give Canelo some problems. He don't want to see that. Even when he fought Miguel Cotto, older Miguel Cotto, I don't want to hear people say he had respect for Cotto, because bottom line, if he could have knocked him out, he would have knocked him out. Cotto was in there boxing and giving him some looks, and you can tell that Canelo got better from that fight as well. I'm not hating Canelo got skills, but we know what type of fighters he don't like to fight. Who else is being done like that? Now I will say, well, no, or CJ made a good point about, like, Charlo is really okay. Like, he got some notable wins. I think We know he beat J-Rock, and I forgot who else he beat. But when it comes to Andrade does not have a notable win. However, it's his fault, but it's not his fault. Bad promotion, issues with pulling out of fights, and people don't want to fight him. That's what I'm sorry, guys. I'm freestyling. But by the way, I was arguing with somebody about how they were saying Demetrius Andrade needed to earn the fight. I was like, well, first of all, he was supposed to fight Billy Joe Saunders for the 160-pound belt, and dude pops hot. Then he wanted to fight him again at 168, and dude wasn't trying to fight. At the same time, we found out Demetrius Andrade offered Jermall Charlo, well, they sent them an offer, him and Ronnie Shields an offer to fight them, and they didn't reply. He tagged, what's it called? Lions Only Boxing, Future Boxing, whatever Jermall Charlo name is on Twitter. He has him in the tweet. Dude ain't said nothing. Jermall Charlo been acting like a kid on punishment. Can't talk on the phone. So at the end of the day, man, boxing always political. It sucks that you can't make the fighters, fight. I mean, there's in talks with like UFC, Dana White, like possibly running PBC. Well, owning PBC and possibly Al Heyman running it. Maybe with that, the new contract can say, hey, you got these fights lined up. Well, if like when you program, you have like if-then statements. So if you beat so-and-so, then you fight him. If you lose, then you will probably have to fight X, Y, and Z to get back to the top part. So that's the kind of stuff that hopefully we'll see that comes to boxing when they take over. Now I know it seems like I'm ranting because I really didn't know where I was going with this, guys. I just want to test this out and just get some of my feedback on people talking about, who did they fight. Also, at the same time, just to talk about Bud Crawford's resume one more time for the people in the back. Everybody who was top rated in Bud's division, Bud fought and made it look easy. So you can't say he did not fight nobody. You can't say, oh, who he fought is Sean Porter, who this and that. Man, when he fought Victor Postal, dude was rated #1 at 140. Had just came off a stoppage of stopping the monster Lucas Matisse. Broke his eye. Broke Lucas Matisse's eye and went in there and got washed by Terrence Crawford. If you don't think I'm telling the truth, go back and watch it. It was on HBO. Because they really wasn't pushing for Crawford like they do now. And they still kind of not. They still got Loma on there, but Crawford way better than Lomachenko. Way better. He a monster in there, man. He's always in shape. He's always ready. He's a 3-division world champion. Undisputed at 140. Him and I think Usyk are the only people who've been undisputed, in the last 3 years? Or last 5? Honestly, I couldn't tell you when the last time we had an undisputed champion. I couldn't tell you. But yeah, man, put some respect on Bud's name for real. Stop disrespecting Bud. That Bud disrespect has to stop because he didn't put in this work. He can only fight who in front of him. This is the last thing, guys, and I'm finna be out of here. I gotta head to work. When I made my video about Roy Jones kept it 100 on who was that? I said he kept it 100 on. I said Roy Jones kept it 100 on Errol Spence. And people was like, oh, well, Roy resume ain't that good. He ain't really fight nobody. A whole bunch of BS or whatever, right? And then I was like, well, bro, he fought everybody he could. And when his fight, he came into the era when it wasn't as good. Everybody you put in front of him, he beat. I was like, till this day, fighters who's fighting now ain't got a James Toney, a Bernard Hopkins. Who else did he whoop? Of course, I mean, he fought him when he's past his fine, but Mike McCallum, Virgil Hill. He beat Tarver once. Yeah, Tarver beat him. I got going some more. Of course, Montel Griffin, because he was a champion. He fought Antonio Tarver. I mean, if you want to count Felix Shooter there, I don't. That was a money fight. But at the end of the day, oh, and Joan Reeves, hate it or love it, Roy Jones went from 160, 168, 175 to heavyweight and won titles in 4 divisions. And looked unstoppable until he came back down from heavyweight. So, I mean, I don't know what to tell y'all, man. Y'all hate on his resume. Y'all must have forgot about Roy Jones. But anyways, man, it's been another video about your boy Banco Boxing, man. I'm gonna start putting my email in the description in case y'all want, me to talk about certain things and videos. Bear with me. I'm gonna get better camera quality, production, all that, man. I appreciate it, man. Y'all know what to do. Share this on your social media, man. Hey, to like it, man. One time for the one time. I'm out.